Hello book lover, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is actually going to be a day in my life vlog and then a little bit from another day because I have some book unboxings for you. I hope you enjoy this vlog, just kind of showing you what I do in the everyday. I always get questions about how I read so much as a mom that's also doing YouTube and I stay home, and so I'm just kind of showing you guys how I add audiobooks into my day and what it really looks like for me to be able to sit down and physically read a book. Here we are back hanging out in the bathroom again today. People said they liked the get ready with me thing, so we're gonna do that again, and maybe I'll try to do better at telling you guys what I'm doing. I have had a late start to today. I did my Bible study. I'm going through Kings and Chronicles chronologically, and then I got very distracted by paperback swap. My hair looks insane. Yes, I'm going to do a banana clip. I have learned when my hair is like third day hair like it is today that banana clips just make the messiness look cute. All I'm gonna do is like put my hair under and just kind of like clip it at the top, and then I'm gonna pull this hair through the top, and you can see it makes a super duper cute big fluffy ponytail. But my hair's so fine that these straggles at the end sometimes bother me. I'm gonna take a U-shaped pin like this. So I'm gonna take that little pin and kind of weave it and kind of like pin it into the clip. I know you can't really see, but that's how I'm doing my hair today. I'm just doing stuff around the house. I have a big day of editing, so I am gonna be working on editing my contemporary bookshelf tour. So I have a little update on my book unhaul for you guys. I totally forgot about my middle grade books that were sitting at the top of my closet, so I went through those yesterday and I unhauled like another 50 books. Okay, I know this looks really silly, but the trick with these sorts of bangs is a round brush, and you need to like drag it to the other side and it's gonna look real weird. And then you do the same thing. You round brush and pull it to the other side. Then it ends up laying super duper cute once it's done. So that's kind of how I'm learning my bangs lay best. I'm liking the bangs too. I feel like they were the right move. Just give me something in my face. And then this middle part right here, I will kind of just do under. Ta-da! So that's the hairstyle for the day at home. So in my big unhaul vlog, I mentioned Victoria's video where she talked about minimalism in books and things like that. And within her video, she talked about paperback swap and how it's this website where she just kind of get free books and you just list books you don't want. So I listed 10 middle grade books on there, and already 2 of them were claimed, so I will be mailing out 2 of those. I had to pay like $10 to ship them out total, but I'm gonna get 2 free books in return for doing that. And so for the cost of book versus $5 to ship to somebody, I feel like that's a really fair deal, especially with how expensive books are. Okay, so I just like filled in my eyebrows with this e.l.f. $3 pencil, and I'm gonna use this liquid liner. Normally I don't use eyeliner, but with the bangs I think it just looks really nice. So honestly, I'm just staying home today, but I really just like to get myself together a little bit because it just makes me feel better and more productive. I have always been somebody that has been like of the mindset, if you feel like you look good, and not to be like a total vanity thing, but like if you feel put together, like you're going to perform in your daily tasks better and just feel more confident in the day. I was always the kid that if it was a day to take a test, I was dressing up on test day because I felt like I would do better. I just felt more confident. And just being a mom, a stay-at-home mom, it is so easy just not to do anything with myself. So I try really hard to do something with myself most days because then I do feel like I am a lot more productive. That's why I am doing a little bit of makeup. So normally when I'd be getting ready, I would be listening to an audiobook. I need to dry shampoo my bangs a little bit. Honestly, this is drugstore. Yes, I'm a hairstylist, and yes, I use some drugstore products. This dry shampoo, I just love it so much. So here's the stay at home mom look for the day. So on the agenda for today, I will be editing this coming week's video, which is going to be the part 1 of my bookshelf tour for my contemporary books. Really excited about that. I hope it doesn't take me too long. I'm guessing it's going to take me about 3 hours because I have 30 minutes of footage, and every 10 minutes of footage takes me about an hour to edit. I just really like take my time and put a lot of effort and energy into editing because the Lord has blessed me with this platform, and so I just want to steward it well. And I really just try to put a lot of hard work and effort into this channel in hopes that it just helps my brothers and sisters in Christ or people who might be feeling convicted about what they're reading. So I will be editing, and then after I'm done editing, I will be working out because I think it is super important for me to get movement in on these days that I am doing a lot of sitting down and standing and editing. I do have a standing desk, which I love. So that will actually bring me to the sponsor for today's video, which is Soul, and I am so excited and grateful for this partnership.
If you've been looking for a way to make cardio a little more fun, let me show you my new Soul G1M Plus bike. I love that there's no mandatory subscription. You can use the free unlimited screen mirroring feature to stream whatever you want while you ride. The screen rotates and adjusts to the perfect angle, and the seat is super easy to adjust to, so you can find the right height and range of motion for a comfortable ride. I've been using the Peloton app for a few free cycling classes, which has been awesome. I can use YouTube for entertainment, and honestly, any place that you can watch videos you can stream on this bike. And I can even catch up on my Kindle books during a ride, and it just makes my workouts go by so much faster. And even while you're streaming, your live workout stats stay visible in the corner, so you can keep track of your time, speed, distance, and calories without leaving your workout. If you're ready to actually enjoy your cardio, definitely check out the Soul G1M Plus bike. Use my code KAYS100 to get $100 off your bike. I hope you enjoy some fun cardio with Soul.
Let's go ahead and move on with our tasks for today. I'm gonna go ahead and make some breakfast because it is 12:30. I still have not eaten because of how distracted I got by the paperback swap website. So I'm gonna do that. I will be listening to an audiobook. I am currently listening to The Hiding Place by Corrie ten Boom, and it has just been super duper good, super beautiful, and so I'm excited to listen to that. I think I'm a huge fan of the memoir type of nonfiction book because it reads like a story, which you guys know I'm a fiction girly. I really like that, and I get a lot from that, and I like how much I can learn from other people's lives. So if you have any other memoir Christian book recommendations, I would love if you could leave those in the comments for me because that might be my type of nonfiction book. So let's go ahead and get on with the day. I did really quick want to give you guys this update. So I have a box of middle grades going to Thrift Books, a box going to the Sell Your Books website. I have 3 packages going to Patreon members, and then I have 2 going to Paperback Swap. These will be out of my house soon, and the books that you guys actually saw that were all sitting on my desk in my huge unhaul video, all of those packages have been gone. I have 1 left that my friend is picking up tomorrow. I will be shipping these out tomorrow, giving my friend that box of books tomorrow, and then I will be done unhauling, which just feels so good. So my total in that video was 171. I don't even know what the number is now. It's got to be like 250 at this point, but I'm officially done, and that just feels amazing and just so good. I finally got all of my books uploaded into Storygraph, and that has just been amazing because now I see every single book I physically own, and as I was scanning my books into Storygraph, I just kept getting more and more excited. I can't wait to read this book. I can't wait to read this book. So here's a little bit of a update. So I moved all of my classics onto one shelf, and I know that's small, but I'm not a classic girl, okay? And then I moved my Karen Whittemeyer books to all be right here. I did separate my Mandy Blake books here from the other ones because I have so many from her. I am just so incredibly happy with where my book collection is now. There is definitely intention behind every single book, and I'm really going to be putting a huge emphasis on reading the books I already own because literally as I was scanning into Storygraph, I was just so excited about every single one of my books, which is just such a good feeling. Like I could pick up any of them and start reading and be super duper happy.
lighting here is kind of terrible, but this is what I made for lunch. Quick snack plate. I have some edamame, some baby dill pickles, those gluten-free crackers, a Laughing Cow cheese wedge, some Colby Jack cheese, and then a turkey like stick thing. So fun fact, I was vegetarian for 14 years until my gluten allergy happened earlier this year. I went through this like horrible time of just nothing I was able to eat. A lot of protein options that are vegetarian aren't gluten-free, and I don't like tofu and things like that. So I ended up deciding that I was going to try to put some meat back into my diet. So that has been a process. I get the ick a lot. I started meeting with a dietitian through Nourish. No, this is not sponsored. If they wanted to sponsor me, that would be cool, because my insurance doesn't want to cover it anymore. So I was meeting with a dietitian every single week, and we were just kind of learning about my gluten allergy and kind of coming up with a game plan for me to figure out my nutrition again. One of the things I struggle with so much as a mom is sitting down and eating meals. And my dietitian, she helped me come up with this idea of these Lunchable snack type of plates. And that has been such a helpful thing for me, because it takes like 10 minutes to throw together and I can just snack on it throughout the afternoon or all at once. I also made a decaf protein latte because that plate has maybe 22 grams of protein. I have learned that I need to have 30 to 40 grams of protein per meal for me to feel okay. And so this just kind of brings me up to my protein goal. This is decaf because I already had caffeine earlier today, and if I had more, I would not be sleeping tonight. And actually, last night I stayed up way too late because I am reading Ink and Ivy by Ashley Willingham, and it has been so long since I had a book where I had to keep going, oh, just one more chapter, oh, just one more chapter. I stayed up so past my bedtime because it's just so good. The faith content in it is just so relatable to me in this current stage of life. I'm loving Ink and Ivy. So anyway, I need to stop yapping. Let's see, it is 12:54 now, 1 o'clock. I think I'm gonna try to do some editing until 3, and maybe I'll be done. So just a couple hours. So I'm currently using DaVinci Resolve to edit, and I absolutely love it. It is completely free. I had to watch a few videos to learn what I was doing, but I've been using it the last several months and it is amazing. When I edit, I basically first go through and I cut out any awkward pauses, or if I'm stuttering over my words, or if I have to repeat the same thing a few times, I usually cut out that kind of stuff. And then if there's something that I think is kind of funny, maybe I'll zoom in or out because I think it can bring some dramatic humor emphasis in my mind. It does. Some people are probably like, why does Kay do this with her editing? I usually watch it back another time and then cut everything out that I might have missed the first time, and then I do one final sweep through of watching it. But then while I'm editing, I also take note of all of the books that I mentioned in a video, so that way I can link them for you guys in the description box. And also, if you didn't know, I always put in my description box the books I mentioned and if they're available on Kindle Unlimited. So many Clean Christian books, they're available on Kindle Unlimited, and so I really like to make that information known to you guys. So if you don't look at the description box in my videos, please look at the description box in my videos if you use Kindle Unlimited, or if you're interested in reading any of the books. Sometimes I laugh at the faces when I'm like really close to the camera. I think it's hilarious. This is not the greatest angle ever. It is now 2:35 and I have just finished my first run through of editing. I also have my notes of all of the books and then the friends I need to tag in the description box. I am going to run through and watch this one time. This video ended up being 19 minutes and 23 seconds. So I have time to run through it one more time, and then I'm just going to save and then finish and do the uploading and create the description box and do the thumbnail tomorrow, which will probably take me another hour to 2 hours of time to get all of that stuff together. And then I'll do my final run through and edit tomorrow also. So editing takes me quite a bit of time. So I will finish all of that tomorrow, but at 3 o'clock, I would like to actually get some cleaning done. I need to start some laundry, do some dishes, and I'm going to be listening to The Hiding Place while I do that. Then when I'm done cleaning, I'm going to get my workout in, make some dinner, dinner, and then sit down for the evening and just binge read Ink and Ivy, which I am just so excited to get back into Ink and Ivy. Like I said, I stayed up last night reading way too long, but I am just loving this book. So anyway, that's my game plan for the rest of the day.
Chapter 8. Storm clouds gather.
To the 71% mark of the hiding place while I was cleaning today, and there were so many times that I literally stopped and I was just in tears over the inhumane treatment that happened during World War II. Every single time I've read a World War II book, it just completely destroys me. But Corey's faith that she had, the strength that this woman and her family had during this time of trusting in the Lord, helping people, and literally sacrificing their own lives, putting their lives on the line. It's just something that's super humbling that I don't think that I have the adequate words to even express this story. It's just been absolutely incredible. A very reflective story, one that I think I will consistently think about. There was one quote, I'm trying to think of what it was, but Corey was basically just reading the 4 Gospels in her prison cell that a nurse had snuck and given her. And she was just thinking, like, maybe there is a whole greater purpose for this war, because doesn't God's plan of redemption always start with like this bad chaos and stuff like that? And it was just such a beautiful quote, and like such a thing that I don't know that I would have reflected that being put in her position. This woman just has a lot of godly wisdom, and it is just a beautiful book. But I think I'm done listening to that for today. I am next going to go ahead and work out, even though I'm pretty exhausted from all of the cleaning that I just did. But it is 5 p.m. Hopefully I can be done working out and getting my steps in by 6 o'clock, and then I can relax for the rest of the day. Okay, y'all, it is 7 p.m. My workout is done, and it was very hard. It was very hard. That was my first time doing cycling since high school. I used to wake up at 5 in the morning and go to the YMCA to take cycling classes before school. It's been a minute, but anyway, my workout is done. I am all clean. The house is clean, and now I'm going to be spending the evening relaxing. My goal is to finish Ink and Ivy. I was just going to do this vlog in a one day as a day in my life. I did a really good job keeping up and kind of showing you guys what I did all day. Usually my reading time, the bulk of it is in the evening, other than what I can listen to while I'm doing chores. So I did listen to quite a bit of The Hiding Place. I went from 40% to 70% while I was doing chores. That's progress to me. I'm going to end today here, but I do think I'm going to come back tomorrow because there were a couple more things that I wanted to show you and talk about in this vlog. So I will see you again tomorrow, and then we will be done. So this is like a day in my life and then some. Hello. It is actually a couple days later from the day that I did the day in my life vlog, but I have a couple reading updates for you. I finished The Hiding Place. This one I did listen to on audio, but I want to go back and actually annotate this physical copy. I listened to it on audio because I've just learned with nonfiction, it's almost easier for me to listen to the books, so I'm going to be a lot more pickier about the nonfiction books that I actually purchase. I like purchasing them so I can annotate and go back because I do like to flip back through my annotations in nonfiction, but this was just such a beautiful memoir. Like, I just finished it this morning, so all of my thoughts are not complete yet. The faith that these women had, and I was talking with my friend K-Tree for a brief minute last night about this because she read this and loved it, and she said there's miracles throughout that whole book, and that was the perfect way to describe this story. It is just so incredibly good. I'm not going to talk your ear off about this because I want to finalize my thoughts, but this was for sure a 5-star book. And then I stayed up way too late finishing Ink and Ivy the other night. I don't know how to explain it other than it is a hug in the shape of a book. It is a 5-star for sure. I loved this so much, and this book is my new favorite romance from Ashley. Out of all of her books, this couple just has my heart. There's just so much that, again, I don't have all my thoughts formulated, but if you like Regency, this is very loosely based off of like the Regency era, but if you like Regency, if you like cozy fantasy, you just need to read this book. Like, this is my favorite cozy fantasy book I have ever read. This is like a perfect springtime book. This will be a reread for me, and I am so glad that I have this because I foresee this series from her, because this is going to be a series. I foresee this being a comfort series for me. It's just so good. Very quick, brief thoughts on both of these two books, but they were 5 stars. Absolutely love them. Absolutely recommend them for anybody. Now, the last thing that I wanted to do with you is I actually got some surprise book mail. This one I was not expecting to come in the mail. I did open them. I haven't actually opened this box up, but I did like cut them so I could open them quicker on camera. But this one, I have no idea what this is about. This one came from Baker Bookhouse, Elizabeth Goddard, if I said that right, When the Silence Breaks. So this author actually emailed me months and months ago asking me if I would be interested in checking out any of her books, and I said sure. I've never read a romantic suspense. That's what she writes, and so she said she would love it if I would check out her books, and she's won Christie Awards and things like that, so I was like sure, I'll check it out. So this one says, a deathbed confession, a decades-old secret, a mountain that holds the answers, and danger closing in. When intelligence analyst Sarah Ellison learns of her grandfather's deathbed confession connecting to her brother's murder, she's determined to protect her remaining family. After further investigation, she discovers the disclosed information points to a decades-old government secret buried deep in the Cascade Mountains. With this knowledge, she looks for a guide who knows the terrain like the back of their hand. After his father's death in a tragic mountain accident, former Navy SEAL Ryder Goodwin no longer guides for the family business. At first, Ryder refuses to help Sarah, but he sees the trouble chasing her and can't stand by while someone brings danger to his small town mountain community. Honestly, this sounds like something I would really like. The mountain setting, the small town, and government secrets. So I don't know, I'll try it this fall because I feel like fall is typically when I'm gonna read mystery, but it sounds very interesting to me for sure. And this one I actually did know was coming. So this is from a Christian indie author. So she does not write Christian fiction. She writes more in the Colleen atmosphere. She reached out to me and she was like, hey, I just wanted to tell you I love your channel. I just wrote this book and it sounded super interesting to me. So let's open this together and see what she put in here. Oh, it's so cute. We've got a thank you so much for taking the time to check out my newest novel, Escape Artist. Flip this card over to learn what each item in this box means and what to expect when you dive into the pages of Escape Artist. So Escape Artist is a speculative women's fiction novel with romance and magical realism. Quick summary. Stuck in a quarter-life crisis, Giselle turns to a paintbrush with portal magic to escape her life, only to discover building a perfect world means risking the one she's she's already living in. What's in the box? So it says there is lemon candy and orange tea to represent the citrusy foods inside the story. So we've got some wild sweet orange tea, lemony candy. That is so cute. So we've got this custom bookmark. One side themed like a postcard from Fuja, so I'm assuming that might be the place within the story. The other side is so cute. It's like this book review thing, and then there are some charms on it. Oh, adorable. Oh, it's like a little seashell. This might be a perfect summer read. And like with the citrusy things, I'm gonna have to read this summer. Okay, we also have these stickers. These stickers are so cute. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Okay, this says a handmade bracelet with charms that represent the story. A sea turtle, some seashells, a seahorse, and it's gold, and I am a gold girly. Are you kidding me? That is so pretty. I'm like wanting to put this on right now. It's so cute. A seashell with a pearl in it. These are for sure going to be going in my reading journal. And then it's wrapped in this like watery sea paper. Here's the book, Escape Artist by Katie Harden. I am so obsessed with this cover. Her magic paintbrush creates worlds too intoxicating to resist. Giselle wants what everyone around her has, a passion for their work, a sweet romance, and eventually a family. Adulthood isn't what she expected, and she's desperate for a one-way ticket to happiness. When she's given a magical paintbrush that allows her to step through her canvas into whatever she paints, she thinks she's found it. She paints a sleepy beach village where everything is exactly to her liking, and she wields the power to change anything with the swipe of a brush. But everything isn't sunshines and citrus fruit. The painted villagers behave in unsettling, uncanny ways. Strange deaths occur, and when Giselle meets Ezra, a magnetic and mysterious man who feels too real to exist inside her painting, her attachment to the world deepens into something dangerous. So when Katie reached out to me in email, I did kind of do like a pre-screening saying like, hey, does this contain these certain things that I'm not comfortable with? And thankfully she said no. Since she's a Christian, she writes through a Christian lens, and so I'm very interested in reading this story. It sounds so good. But one thing she mentioned to me, she wanted to talk about the struggles of like internet addiction and things like that. Somehow I think that's going to connect with the theme of escapism. I'm really excited to read this. What I think about this type of magic is that it's imaginative. Like, you won't receive a paintbrush where you can actually paint something and step inside of it. I'm okay with like magic in books as long as it's not like witchcrafty, and this does not sound like that. I will give you guys my thoughts soon, but it looks like the perfect summer read. I'm really obsessed with this cover. Just from a Christian's perspective, obviously I haven't read this yet, but just thinking of how sometimes like we really think that we have all the control, or we want to be in control, but even what we think is perfect isn't what's going to be perfect. So I'm hoping, even though she says this doesn't have faith content in it, I'm hoping there are themes of like that we can't be in control. We're not the ones to be in control. So I will go into this reading it from a Christian lens, and she wrote it through a Christian lens. Very excited about this. So Katie, if you're watching this, thank you so much. Like, this was probably the coolest unboxing. Like, that's so cool. And I will save this and drink my tea and eat my candies with the book. So super duper cute. So that is all I have for this little vlog. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you really enjoyed this vlog, the getting ready with me. I'll work on that because I've had so many people ask me for hair tutorials and things like that. I just need to practice more, and I think the more and more I vlog, the better I'll get, because I'm pretty comfortable with sit down videos at this point. But like I said, it's a goal of mine to do more actual vlogs on my channel, and you guys do seem to be enjoying them. So thank you so much for hanging out. Even though I know these are probably not the best vlogs in the world, please don't forget, if you are interested in checking out Yeasel, to check out the description box. I do have a coupon code down there for you guys. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, why don't you leave me an emoji of like a seashell or like a starfish or something like that, or a dolphin, because of the Escape Artist book. I just think that's so cute, and that would be a cute emoji to leave in the description box. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye!